Now yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, I said that I'm having a theory, and the theory involves my new bed sheets. Let's get to a clip from yesterday. Theory rests upon my bed sheets. See, I never bought bed sheets when I got here. The only thing I got was a mattress cover and 2 pillows. That was everything. And ever since, all my nights have been just terrible. Ladies and gentlemen, after one night sleeping on actual bed sheets, I do feel better rested. What should I say, fully rested? Probably fully rested. I do feel better. Fully equipped at bed. Sleep is essential. It's so vital. It's like water for your brain. Well, technically water is water for your brain, but you know what I mean, right? No, that's not a good metaphor, is it? It's not like water, it's like something else. It's rejuvenating. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, right now in university is assessment time. Basically that means that everybody is a little slightly crazy and losing their minds because they're spending countless of hours writing, reading and analyzing their own selves. With all that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm having an incredibly easy and amazing transition between the first and the second quarter in this university, and let me tell you why. Nobody really knows what's happening. And by saying all that, I mean, in our course, we have these little handbooks in which is written that we have to hand in something written, like 3,000 words, 5,000 words, something like that. But nobody really knows what, how, when, or whatever. Last year's people that I found and asked, they don't really know. Some teachers that I asked, they don't really give you a straight answer. It feels that nobody really knows, thus nobody really cares. Thus, I'm having a really easy time in transitioning. Speaking about that, I'm going on a story developing meeting today. We don't have classes also, we have meetings. It's great, it's awesome. We're gonna talk about stories all day long, like how more exciting could that be? And stories, oh god, there is a lot to talk about stories.
It's were just like half a meal. You scared me.
You didn't seem too scared.
Oh, hello.
What they has? What they has?
Just explain about Cyprus, so guys, please hear. Yeah.
The what?
Cyprus.
What about Cyprus?
You shouldn't talk about Cyprus in public.
Nobody talks about Cyprus in public.
The military of Cyprus.
They're gonna find
The
you.
military of Cyprus.
Yeah, we should go upstairs
Yeah,
maybe.
let's go upstairs.
Let's hijack the same lift.
Why are you always filming me? What the hell? Can I say
not-
hi to my sister?
Say hi to your sister.
Yeah.
Is she watching the vlogs? Like constantly now?
Yeah.
Thea! Let's go. Let's talk about story. 2?
Yeah.
2?
Yeah.
2. It's a mirror! Like, reflection! See, I told you, you never know where the good footage is. Look at that up there. Another reflection. And there is one more there. Which door is gonna open? Which door? This? Oh, no. That would have been the best car in the world if it was a convertible. That would be just brilliant. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I have an idea. And the idea involves me talking about something. And I want to talk to you about story, ladies and gentlemen. Stories, ladies and gentlemen, we tell linearly. We always tell our stories in time. And as you know, time moves forward. Act 1, Act 3. That is also known as a 3-act structure. That is how we tell stories. We have beginning, middle, and an end. So our hero starts here. Into the first act, we have something called inciting incident. At that point, ladies and gentlemen, our hero gets something that is going to push him through the whole story. Over here is our exposition. That is where we set up our characters, our heroes, our villains, our motifs, and everything that is going to push us through the story. Act 1, breakpoint. That is where our Act 1 finishes. That is where our hero knows that he's going on that adventure. He knows that he's going on a journey. He knows that Act 2 begins. That is where his journey actually sets on. Now we are getting into Act 2. That is the actual adventure. That is the actual journey of the hero. And that thing has a middle on its own. That thing is the middle point of the whole story. That is where our character is in its peak, in its prime. That is where he reached, and he knows and clearly can see the summit, and he is going strong at it. And right here is Act 2, breakpoint. That point, ladies and gentlemen, in time is the most vital point. That is when the hero has brought to his knees and the villain is rising above him. That is where power is being changed. That is exactly when you don't think that the hero is gonna make it. That is exactly when you know all is lost. That is when he's not gonna get the girl. That is the point where he's not having the winning card. That is the point where he doesn't believe in his abilities. That is the point where his car breaks down in the race. That is the point where he is not going to make it. Act 3 is the resolution. Act 3 is the time when our hero is going to find everything that he learned, understood, and found for himself in Act 2. He's gonna put it in action, in motion, and he's going to win over the villain. There is a point in Act 3 called the Climax. That is where the story is brought back up. That is exactly when the keys are changed again. That is when the hero wins over the story back on his side. That is when the villain is being defeated. And that over here is... Well, ladies and gentlemen, there was a certain point of time where my memory card ran out, and I just wanted to finish up that graph that I created. The last thing I created, ladies and gentlemen, is a little graph that shows the hero's abilities over time. And that graph goes like that. So that's throughout your whole story. So the hero's abilities begin over here. So nothing really happens until the inciting incident occurs. The hero realizes that, oh my god, something's happening over here, something's bubbling. He refuses to go on that journey, that he's confronted in front of something that he has to accept the inciting incident and go on the journey. In Star Wars, that is when Luke's parents die. That's when the journey begins. He starts learning, he goes through adventures, he gains abilities and things, and that over here, in that climactic point, is when I call it the villain knows point. That is when the villain finds out the weakness for our hero and brings our hero down on his knees into the beginning of third act, and that is exactly when our hero is in his lowest. But then he finds his way back again. He remembers everything that he was taught in Act 2 about from his teachers. He wins the karate tournament, and into the climax he defeats the villain, and his abilities are... Ladies and gentlemen, here we can argue at the end. Does the hero's abilities ever go back to normal? Does a story and a character ever become that thing that he was in the beginning of the story? Do things ever go back the way they were? I say that they don't. Because you just went on that adventure, you will never be that person once again. That is why time goes on and your abilities are gonna start raising from here. That is why stories are great. That is why we are all heroes in our own stories, ladies and gentlemen. See, I run for 4 kilometers and I'm going to do about 6 or 7 hour shift at work. And I just ate almost full pack of chocolate covered tea biscuits. It's good night. I'm gonna finish them.